What up? What up? Good morning. How much do you pay for the heat map? It's book map. I pay about $100 a month for it. Don't rush it, Nick. Don't force it. Yeah, take it slow and steady. Breakfast beers, you know better. LaCroix. Yeah, I see that. 263 sell orders. What's up, Stan? What models do I use to trade? Man, I'd use Bookmap heavily. I was going to talk about this when we get more people in here. I swear, TikTok is shadow banning the shit out of me, dude. We've got 5 people in here. Usually we have like 60 as soon as I go live. I took this short, actually, and most of it was a Bookmap trade, but we tapped into a 15-minute gap up here that I took an entry off of. So it depends, man. The unicorn model is one that I like. But recently, in the past couple of months, I've been relying very heavily on Bookmap, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with it, but this is Bookmap right here. It's a level 2 data software. Really helps with basically momentum and order flow trading. Your friends hate on you for the LaCroix. You're missing out, man. I'm a big fan. Didn't used to be. When I quit drinking, though, I started drinking them, and I quickly acquired the taste for it. Doesn't it cost like $2K? No, it's about $100 a month for Bookmap. What's up? Good morning, NBT. Is order flow easy to trade? I don't think trading, any style of trading is easy, man. There's nothing easy about trading. Mostly because of the psychology involved with it. Looking like C-bomb more than ever. Appreciate it, man. TikTok maybe shadow banning traders in general. That could be it. My posts and everything are just not getting any views, man. Like, you can go look at my recent posts, getting like 200 views. On the ones before it, I'm getting thousands. I got 295 and 239 in my 2 most recent posts. Before that, I was getting thousands, 2,600, 2,900, 8,000, 3,000. It's weird. 100 a month on LaCroix would be insane. It's a bias for today. I think we pump. I could be wrong, though. I was wrong yesterday. Still made money, though. That's the importance of reacting instead of trying to predict. I'm already up, like, let's see. I'm already up 4,700 on the day, though. I caught this short. This leg right here. Down 200, that's not bad. Easily recoverable. Glad someone's winning. Yeah, I'm using Lucid funded accounts, TPT as well, and now I just added some Apex accounts in there, and Tradeify. I actually haven't been trading my Tradeify accounts, but I have them. But I do have a personal capital, Fernando, through a brokerage called AMP, AMP. I like them a lot. You lost today? No, I'm up, man. I took the short. I'm up 4,700. You see that right there? $4,700 Wednesday. Monthly P&L right now is 14,000. You see it right there. You trade full time, yeah. I don't really have a target. I do link them together. I don't really have a target, Nick. Yeah, I don't really have a target. When I'm trading my Apex fundeds, well, I don't have Apex funded right now. I have 2 Apex evals, but when I do have Apex funded accounts going, I trade 50K accounts. So in order to stay within the consistency rule, which was 30%, I don't know if they changed that. I think it's 50% now. But what I was doing before was I was shooting for about $600 a day per account. Not gonna lie, I feel like I seen you with no beard like a week ago. Yeah, I did. It was like a couple weeks ago. I had no beard. It grows pretty fast, man. We've mostly been trading NQ this year. Yeah, for the most part. I've taken some ES trades, but those are the only 2. I haven't taken trades on anything else. Use Top Step. I tell you what, greed gets the best of you. I had a funded account, took a payout, and then blew my account. Hey, at least you took a payout though, Fernando. You know, the return on your investment there is pretty high if you took a decent payout. But yeah, you got to make sure you leave enough buffer in there. It's definitely a balancing act. Are you mostly trading NQ now? Yeah, this is NQ. That's mostly what I'm on here. What's up, Dave? How you feeling, Dave? What's morale like in your neck of the woods, man? Rips, what's up, man? Sometimes I go in trades with 70 contracts. Holy crap, dude. Like 70 micros, I would hope. That's still a lot, though. Just waiting on the call. Yeah, I figured. Hopefully, I mean, I don't know how you feel, but I would hope that you don't get that call. Maybe you're itching for it, though. I know some guys are. What's up, Zach? How's it going, man? Yeah, commissions on 70 contracts is definitely wild. Does Lucid allow news trading? Not going to try. I believe they do, but I just don't. Just as a rule of thumb, Thomas, I believe they do, but don't. Make sure you look into that yourself. But as a rule of thumb, I just don't trade news. I don't ever feel like I need to take a chance like that. I wait for the dust to settle and try to look for an opportunity. If it's breaking out one way or the other, I usually look for a pullback and an entry if it's going to continue. How was the ADP news? It was very little impact, to be honest. Very little impact. It's this right here. Got a slight pullback, and then prices just consolidated right here since. Day 2 on the eval, slow and steady, man. I feel good about the new Apex rules. I still think they have some improvements to make, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. I think they've made some really good changes. It's hard to beat, man, being able to stack 20 accounts with them. I mean, it really is. It's so hard to beat that. What are you trading? This is NASDAQ futures. It's pretty funny. Oh, you could hear that? Financial advisor. No, you start to move some money around and they want to make sure that you're putting it in the right place, I guess. Just want to make sure that you're getting what you want out of your financial goals for 2026. It is weird, sick. I mean, you've been in here. You've been in here long enough. Isn't it weird how it's kind of like, I love everyone that's in here. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate everybody that's in here. But usually as soon as I start the stream, there's like 60 or 70 people. And that's for the past 2 days. It's again, like I definitely feel like they're shadow banning. Even on my posts, like, even on the post, they're shadow banning me on there, or something's happening. Throttling the viewership. You splashed out on anything fancy yet since you've been trading? No. Not yet. Trying to catch up to PJ first, man. I gotta make sure I can stay consistent before I start committing myself to spending money, you know? January had me second guessing whether I knew what I was doing or not. Yeah, that ain't happening, Kyle. I'd rather stay small than to do that. The 15's good. That's what I took my entry on this short right here. It's a nice 15 in here. Took that short down into here somewhere. I didn't get in as cleanly as I would have wanted to on that, but made a little bit of money. What's strat? The strat where I try to make money and lose as little as possible, man. It's kind of hard to explain. I feel like the longer you're in the trading space, and whoever's been here a long time, maybe even longer than me, will understand this, but you take a strategy and you kind of make it your own. So I would say that I use a combination of ICT principles with a strong influence or a strong reliance on order flow and momentum from Bookmap. I caught the short, Claudio. Caught the short. Caught the short right here. I didn't sleep well last night, so I got up early to study. Made about 3 pounds, more than that, 4 pounds of chicken for meal prep. Did some schoolwork and caught that trade. It's been a good morning. Yeah, for sure, Kyle. I'm worried that we're not going to have much action here in this PM or in this AM session because of how volatile the movements were earlier. This London session was moving well. I mean, look at that. Massive pump. Nice movement here. And then nice movement back up. Hopefully we don't just consolidate. Yeah, I can show book map. Oh, yeah, dude, I'm up. Like I said, Everett, I'm up 4,700 right now, so I'm not itching. I'm not itching to take another trade. I'm good if I don't take another one. I probably won't, just to be completely honest, but I might tempted to take a paper trade with you guys just to spot out what I would trade if I was trading one of my accounts. I might trade. I got a 150K TPT account. I might trade. We'll see. We'll see how well price is moving when we open. Passive evals live. I got 2 Apex evals. I'm up 400 right now, or 480 actually on both of those off of one trade. So yeah, it's only the 4th, Kyle. Yeah. Yeah, and one day of that was Sunday. What time frame do you want to see? This is the 15 right here. Oh, you're talking about on Bookmap? Bookmap doesn't do time frames like that. You can zoom out, but it doesn't do. You don't do time frames. You do time slices. That's the 15-minute time slice right there. It works differently than. It's not candlesticks, so it works differently. Oh, you took a trade on Sunday? I didn't trade Sunday. Appreciate it, Kyle. Appreciate that, man. $700 away from blowing your account, dude. That's a lot of drawdown. And that's a decent amount of drawdown. It's almost half of your drawdown if you're on a 50K. my advice, trade 5 micros or so and take A+ setups. Don't think about that drawdown. Just think about taking A+ setups. Execute a plan. Stick to your rules and execute the plan. Now, if I have the tunes on, it gives me lower views. You can't hear that, right? Why did I take the short? Mostly it was because of the bookmap, man. Bookmap was just absolutely lit up to the downside. It was showing strong signs of momentum to the downside. Let's see, it was right around here. So this is what I was seeing on bookmap. So we were rejecting off of all of this right here. Clear rejections, 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 rejections. Finally got in on the short. And you can't see it now, but there was a ton of orders popping all down through here. So I got in around somewhere in here, I think. Had stops just above this level here. And just rode it. I actually didn't even ride it that long. Just enough to make $500 on each of my accounts, basically. Joseph, what's up? Eastern time, 8:15 Eastern time. I usually specify that. I guess I forgot to do it in that video. Is there 2 5-minute gaps with a 15 in between? There's a 15 right here. These are inversions. But this is green one's a 15. Yeah, 2 5s and then a 15 smack in the middle of it. Yeah. Yeah, I took that trade at 7, whatever it was, 7:15. Right in here, caught that short. We're up 4,700. Definitely letting your Irish show this month. I'm not Irish at all, man. Actually, I trade minis. I use bookmap very heavily. None of that, Claudio. Not even a little bit of that. Yo, 7, what up? What's my bias? I would anticipate us pumping. Might pull back a little bit at open. I think the next target right now, the next draw on liquidity would be this Asia high. We'll see though. Great consistency. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah, that order at 24,950. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well too. Damn, looking vascular. Another day of barcode PA? I hope not. That's why I took that trade in London. Thought that was what's the green box called? It's a fair value get, man. I don't usually keep that on like that. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm finally starting to get a little bit of size back. Want to start paper trading this week? Any suggestions? I think it's a great place to start, man. Develop a strategy and a set of rules that you can follow consistently. Don't deviate. Once you've been paper trading for a month or two and seeing consistent positive results, and you're able to stick to a plan, stick to a strategy, stick to your rules, then buy a cheap eval and go from there. Appreciate it, Zach. How many fundeds are you currently trading? 7 fundeds currently right now. 7 fundeds currently. I have 12 accounts total. I have the rest of those, besides the 2 of them, the 2 Apex accounts, I'm only up 400 in those. The rest of them I'm pretty close to passing. Apex, TPT, Tradeify, and Lucid. The TPT and the Lucid are the fundeds. Buy a cheap eval, Hottie. Evaluation, it's with a prop firm. That's like the next step after paper. Are you familiar with prop firms? Yeah, shooting for the dailies, man. Shooting for the dailies. $300K is ridiculous, man. Oh, what's up? Yeah, look into prop firms, man. Basically what it is, it's simulated funds, but you can take payouts on it. So you get an evaluation, and it's basically, you have a profit target that you have to hit. You have rules you have to follow. Once you hit the profit target and the amount of time that they give you, then you pass the account, and they activate what's called a funded account. So that funded account you trade, and once you build up enough funds in that account, you can actually withdraw the money. Even though it's still simulated funds, you can withdraw it just like a regular account. For all intents and purposes, it's real money for you. So the benefit of that is you're keeping your risk low, because you're only in it for the cost of the account, and your upside is pretty tremendous. No, you don't connect your bank account. Do not do that. You're nowhere close to. You need to be milking prop firms for at least 9 to 12 months consistently before you want to trade any sort of personal capital. Keep your own money, keep your own bank account separate. The only reason you're going to use your bank account would be to buy an evaluation account, and you would do that the same way you purchase any other thing online. You don't need to actually connect your bank to do any of that, unless you get ready to take a payout, and then you're going to want to be able to set up direct deposit. Usually that's through, you can do it through your bank account. You can also do it through other platforms like Wise or Plaid. Different firms offer different payout options. I'd start with a 50K, and if you're getting your first ever account, I would either do Lucid or Tradeify. Michael, most of the prop firms give you live data. They provide you live data. Matthew, what's up, man? Yeah, you don't need to connect your bank account, man. Yeah, you can sync depending on the prop firm you're using. As long as you're using like Tradeivate, Might even be able to do it with Rhythmic. I'm only familiar with Trade-Evade, but when you are purchasing the valuation account, select the Trade-Evade plan with whatever firm you're choosing, and it'll give you a login. You'll go into Trade-Evade. I have a whole video on this on my page if you want to go look at it, Michael, but you'll go into the settings in Trade-Evade with your login and everything. You'll activate TradingView, and then you'll take that Trade-Evade login over to TradingView and sign in there, and you'll be able to connect that prop firm account directly to TradingView, and it'll come with the data. Most firms provide the data, not all of them, but most do. Yeah, orders coming into the downside. All right, 2 minutes till market open here. We'll lock it in, see if we can potentially trade something. I'm going to get it pulled back into this 15, it looks like. Maybe even the first presented 5. Definitely looks like it's going to want to go down initially. Yeah, whatever the market gives you, because there's no consistency in those. I'm using the Lucid Flex accounts, and obviously TPT is a 10K withdrawal limit per account. So I haven't been paying, keeping track of profits and that, like having a set limit. "30 seconds here. Heavy liquidity down to 24,830. ES is mixed. There's action on both sides. We got some underneath us down to 68.30. VWAP is at 68.22. So here we go. Here's the market open. Swept those orders in the 30s. Left the order that is sitting just at 24,830. Pushing towards Asia now. I would go with futures. Took those orders at 950. BCS, what's up, man? How you doing? Strong rejection off that 950. More orders flashing up in the 50s now. Lying, I'm not in anything, man. You'll see if I'm in a trade. No reason to take a trade right now. It would be literally gambling. You got a clear draw on liquidity up here at Asia high, but you have a rejection here. So maybe if you said pullback and then entry on that pullback, potentially, but I would just wait. Appreciate that, Mimi. Morning, morning. coordinates for Asia are 24, 9, 82, 25. So just for reference. Looking, Jack. Appreciate it, man. This is the 1 minute right here. I think we're going to push up, to be completely honest. Big stack of orders at 2,500 that I think are going to get smacked. Yeah, it dipped into those 30s and sucked up all that liquidity. I don't know if it wants to go lower than that. We'll see. Went all the way down to 9. There we go. There's a push up. I think it's getting ready to spike through these 70s, I believe. Already up 500. There you go, man. Big order at 35 here. I don't know if it'll dip that low. There's 35. Now while we're trading, Monkey. Now while the market just opened, man. It was a big push. That's a 70-point drop in a matter of seconds. Some momentum here through the 80s, 880s here. Orders stacking down to the 70s. You guys be careful with all this. This is interesting. VWAP is at 68.25 on ES. Coming up on it pretty quickly. Ever since the war stuff started, I haven't found a trade. Yeah, it's throwing a little wrench into the equation. Hey, man. Thanks for the universe. Oh, that's not to me. That's somebody else. Just give me that notification. Yeah, stay patient with this, guys. I want to wait to see. Yeah, I saw that over it. They also used a video from Arma, the video game. You need Central Time, Rob? I eat too much. I think they clipped my War Thunder video without my permission. I wouldn't be, I don't, yeah, Texas. Think the 10 a.m. news could be much. Yeah, the PMI is PMI, right? Yeah, services PMI. It typically causes some movement. But who knows right now, man? I mean, ADP typically causes some major movement, and that didn't really do a whole lot. So this war takes precedent over most anything at the moment. Maury, I don't give too much credence to S&Ts right now with everything that's going on. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't. I'm just saying what I personally do. We've had some varying movements with ES and NQ, and I think that is directly related to everything going on. So just bear that in mind. I do think we're pushing down to the 30s here potentially. That's what Bookmap looks like. Big stack of orders right here in the 50s, and it's just rejecting right off that 55 level. Stack of orders from the 50s all the way down to 35, so this could get a quick jolt right through the 50s into the 35 area. We'll see though. There was big orders up in the 50s, 950s earlier, and it just rejected. ES is bouncing off that VWAP. Yeah, I think this is ready to dump down in 30s. Take this potentially. Just absorb that big order there at 50. Doesn't want to break loose right there. Hitting VWAP on ES, so that could be holding us up. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Zach. It's like that split-second delay that TradingView has. Strong rejections here at the 40s. I have mine anchored to 6 p.m. from last night. I do that every day. I reset it to anchor at 6 o'clock open, 6 p.m. Eastern time open. I've just found more success with that as the anchor. You think 10 a.m. news will have an impact? I think it typically does. Who knows what's going to happen right now with this war going on. Verse of the day, Psalm 143:8. Let me hear in the morning of your steadfast love, for in you I trust. Make me know the way I should go, for to you I lift up my soul. A lot of orders got yanked at 35. Still with the direction I think we're headed, but a lot of the bigger orders got pulled. It's a big order up. Excuse me, man. There's a big order up at 24,884-ish. Yeah, orders are thinning. People are probably just keeping their powder dry until 10. Boom. Violent. That was violent. Who just took profit right there? Christopher, what's up, man? What's my daily bias? I thought we were going to pump. This is 2 days in a row that I've been a little bit wrong. That the war ended? I highly doubt that. Front page. Hexa says there will be no let up in attacks on Iran. That's the New York Times front page. Yeah, they're going to keep bombing the shit out of them. I wish it was over, and I hope that it's over soon, but I have a feeling that it's going to be a lot longer than they say. I'm getting flashbacks to you remember the saying, 2 weeks to stop the spread? Took those orders at 35 and turned right around. Too bad I didn't have that as an entry. Strong pump here. Why do they look so similar? Because they follow each other. Usually NQ's following ES. You know, CES book map, yeah. To give you a more concise answer, Matthew, they look similar because they're both futures contracts on the U.S. stock indices or indexes, and those indexes contain many of the same companies. Large overlap in companies, both reflect the same market sentiment, algorithms trade them together, NQ moves faster. It's Google's answer. Yeah, Maury, it's best just to sit on your hands. I'm surprised that we left. Man, hi. Yawning like crazy. I'm surprised we left this Asia high up here. How do you even know what to do? Lucas, when you don't know what to do, you take these, take this booger hooker, and you keep it off the bang switch by putting it right underneath your ass and just sit on it. That's what you do. Can't see. Forgot you're looking at book map. It's this right here. Take this. This is my mouse clicking button. This is the booger hooker. And this is the bang switch. So if you don't know what to do, you take this and you do that. Some say I'm a cunning linguist, Matthew. Some have even said a master debater. But these are not titles that I accept. The only red we need to see today is a ginger beard. Yeah, I think 10 a.m. would potentially cause a breakout. Exactly, Matthew. Exactly. Hit your sell and didn't execute. You had it in that gap up there. Is that a 1 minute we got up there? Yeah. How long does it normally take you to pass eval? It depends on the size and depends on the firm. Apex, I generally pass them pretty quickly because I'll size heavy. TPT usually takes me longer because it's 5 days. So I'll take it slow. And sometimes I don't even pass it in 5. Thought C-Bone became a trader for a second. I've tried to pitch him on it, man. Need to get him on the stream. Bobby says, do you have a morning routine? Yes, I do, Bobby. I wake up. I read my Bible on my phone, typically. Or if I don't remember to read it immediately on my Bible or on my phone, I have it right here sitting next to me. So as soon as I sit down on my computer, I do that. Second thing I do as soon as my feet hit the floor after I use the bathroom is I make my bed. I try to drink around 12 ounces of water immediately. Then I make my coffee. I sit here at my computer. I go over my schoolwork to make sure I'm not forgetting any assignments. And then I turn on Maria Bartiromo. I check FinViz and I start charting. And then I recently have started eating breakfast again, so I'll make some breakfast. Need to have, do you have a C-Bum mention counter? You got to have one at this point. I've looked into it. I've thought about putting one on there. I thought that might be a little conceited to do that though. Big pump here, a lot of liquidity up in the 50s. That's what it takes, Aaron. Grad student? No, Mark. Undergrad. Undergrad. I'm a 13th year junior currently. Steak and eggs? No. I do 5 over easy eggs, cup of oats. That's what I've been doing recently. That's my first meal. Then around 8 or 8:30, I've been doing 8 ounces of chicken, 8 ounces of rice, 10 ounces of Greek yogurt, 2 ounces of honey, 4 ounces of blueberries. And that's why I feel like I'm about to pop right now. And I also do a coffee. I do a cortado, half espresso, half milk. Super senior Christian trades. Appreciate that, KB. Then I buy lottery tickets, don't win anything, and then I blow 2 accounts and go to work. That's right. Are you tanned? What do you mean? Yeah, I am. Makes the muscles pop, man. You got to do it. It's either the lottery or the trading, man. Something's got to work. I actually don't play the lottery. I think in my life, when it was up in the billions, I bought a ticket, but that's one of the only times. Style trading do I do? I basically trade order flow momentum with ICT as my guardrails to make sense of market structure. Yeah, Zach, I'm eating a lot right now, dude. I'm trying to get big, trying to get there. Trying to get back to my peak where I was last summer, earlier last year. Does grams of protein per day affect P&L? I believe it does. Seriously, I actually do think your diet does affect how well you perform on the charts. I think a good diet is important to clarity of mind. Discipline overall, man. I've said this before. I think I said this yesterday. I almost made a video about it last night. But discipline overall in your life allows you to follow your rules easier, more easily in trading. If you can do the hard things in life, like going to work out when you don't feel like it, or eating when you don't feel like it, or making your bed when you don't feel like it, doing your laundry when you don't feel like it, going to class when you don't feel like it. When you do all those things, you're building up a self-efficacy muscle in your brain that allows you to stick to things more easily than you would if you just delay, if you put off things that you need to do. Do it now. If you need to do something and you can do it, and you can get it done within 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour, do it. Get it done. I do take creatine. Yeah, I recommend it highly for everybody, even if you don't work out. It's great for your brain. How do I find my setup? Well, we look for clear draws and liquidity. In this case, you would think that Asia high would be the draw. And then I look at the book map and I see how is liquidity stacked up on the book map. In this case, we got all the liquidity above us on NQ. Now on ES, you have this liquidity below you. So you got to be really careful because this can drag price down. If it drags it down on ES, most likely NQ is going to follow. Brady, what's up, man? So right now, price is probably acting this way currently, and liquidity is thin currently because it's waiting for, this dude is jacked. There's a dude working on the pool outside, like a mason, like a bricklayer dude, massive. It's thin right now because it's waiting on news here in the next minute, 2 minutes. We'll see, Chunky. I mean, I'm not married to anything, man. I'm not married to a bias. Like I've said before, I don't marry a bias. I don't marry a prediction. I go with what the market gives me. I react. I try to just ride the wave. You know, it's so funny. You hear people say, it's funny how you think you can beat the market. I'm not trying to beat the market, man. I'm just wanting the market to tell me what it wants to do, and I'm looking to take a little piece of the pie on in the direction that it wants to go. I don't need to beat it. I'm looking for the path of least resistance. So if it wants to go up to Asia high, I'm cool with that. I'm going to look for an entry in the process. Go get his number? Nah, he's got a ring on, man. I already checked. Hey, Christian, just want to say you're really inspirational, man. And you really helped me see where I'm weak in trading, and you've helped me see how to improve. Really appreciate you, man. Hey, I appreciate that, McGravy. Means a lot, man. I'm glad to hear that. Thanks for being here. What made you go back to school? I'm currently a senior, and I forgot what you wanted to do after school. So, Logan, initially I was working for a law firm or working with a law firm, doing mergers and acquisitions, and I loved it, and wanted to become an attorney. So in order to do that, I needed to finish undergrad and then ultimately go on to law school. So that was initially why I set out on the journey to go back to school. This is NQ. All right, here we go. News in 10 seconds. Services PMI is, the forecast was 53.5 and the print is 56.1, better than forecast. So that's two solid news numbers today. ADP was projected at 50, it came in at 63K. PMI was projected at 53.5, it came in at 56.1. Both really good prints. That doesn't necessarily mean price is going to pump. It very well could, but those are good prints. And here comes Asia. Potentially. Did I trade yet this morning? Yeah, I'm up a good bit already. I would like to get in potentially on this move right here. You can see what I'm eyeballing here. That juicy, juicy liquidity sitting above us right there. Asia is coming here. I think it's getting ready to just shoot through this. Boom. There's Asia. Strong pullback right at Asia. I think it's going to come right back through those. See what ES is talking about. ES absorbed a lot of liquidity. Still liquidity at 68.50 on ES. I still think this has room to the upside here. This is what we're seeing on Bookmap. Might take a stab at this, get another little pullback here. Trade a 150K eval with TPT. Having some orders come in here in the 30s, holding me up here from pulling the trigger on this. Yeah, there's the 30s. I'm going to hold off. Wait to see what this wants to do. That ain't me, Everett. I can always tell when a scam account joins the Discord because in that welcome tab, it'll say unknown user. So they join and immediately block me so that I can't see that they're a scam account trying to pretend to be me. So I can't do anything about getting rid of them. It's pretty frustrating. It might just be you. You might need to refresh your feed, man, if your screen's black. Yeah, their orders below the VWAP down at 68.22 down to 68.17 or 68.15. I'm not thinking of short here, Michael. I really do think that it might want to pump higher. I could be wrong. There's huge pockets of liquidity up to 2,500, or excuse me, 25,000. I'm going to take a small stab around here at a long. Again, this is a 50K or 150K eval here, so plenty of runway. Get a little pullback here. I'm gonna try it right there. And we'll keep the stop relatively tight. Below that 20. I'm looking for 70 here. Keep it pretty, there's orders at 20, so I'm expecting that. That's why I have my orders or my stop well below that. I think at 50, if we can clear 55 right here, that this will potentially shoot through that, but I could be wrong. Now there's the order at 20. We'll see if this absorbs that and then goes up or creates momentum down. I want to see this blow through the 50s here. There we go. Boom. I love Bookmap, man. Yeah, that was just one contract. Took 500, a little over 500 on that. 560 bucks. I still think this has some room to the upside, but you see how aggressive we rejected off that 70. I mean, that was right. That TP could not have been more dead on right there. Yeah, that was crazy how it just wicked right on TP and then rejected. Do you still use the heat map? Yeah, that trade was basically 100% Bookmap right there, man. Still got room to the upside here. Tons of liquidity up to 2,500. Don't want to FOMO. Do what you want, man. I'm not telling you to FOMO, Joseph, but I think that's why I like what Rips. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but he has a term that he calls the pitch and catch. And theory is the pitch is basically a pullback or a retracement, and the catch, you get in at the pitch, so like a pullback, and then the catch is you get out where you see all those orders. So it's not necessarily in line with an ICT model, it's with the book map. So you look for what you would look for in a scenario like this. It's going to go without us here, but you would look for a pullback somewhere like in this range right here. You would want to pull back down into the 70s. And that way you could cover down here if you wanted to, where this other breakout point was. You see how we broke out right here? Hang on, put my cursor on here. We broke out right here. So if you got in right here, you could put your stop just below that previous breakout point and target those highs. That wouldn't be in line with really any sort of ICT setup that I can see. But it's a book map trade where you're trading a strategy. You're trading the pitch, which is basically the pullback to a key level. That key level is right here where you can see all these orders stacked up. Your stop, your cover would be basically where, you know, the previous breakout was in this trend. So you got a potential spot where price is not going to go lower than, and you're targeting clear liquidity to the upside. So it takes a little getting used to if you're going to trade that way. I'm not recommending strategy hopping, but if you're looking to diversify your trading abilities, I do recommend trying that on paper for a little while and seeing if you can kind of develop a strategy that works with this. That way you see these, it's perfect for these days where you have just straight price action that's straight up or price action that's straight down, because you can just look for these tiny little pullbacks, clear areas on the book map where orders kind of had stacked up, and that's where it created the breakout. You can look for a pullback to that level, enter there, keep your stops relatively tight below it, and target the next big pocket of liquidity that you see on the book map. I know that heart was pumping. It really, I mean, it's 150K eval, so it really wasn't actually. I don't get that adrenaline from it that much anymore, man. I get it more from the loss than I do from a win. Because I'm like analyzing what did I potentially do wrong, or what did I miss if I do take a loss. What's that program called? It's called Bookmap. You talking about the level 2 data? It's called Bookmap. At what point do you go full-time trading? I think if you've been taking payouts consistently for 9 to 12 months, then that's the time frame where you can say, okay, I'm a profitable trader and I can realistically rely on this for an income. Strong rejection here. It absorbed that order at 2,500 and immediately turned around. Look at that line that I have on the chart. This was just a line that I put because that's where the orders were for Bookmap. This is why I like, you had somebody here yesterday saying that Bookmap wasn't necessary, just trade candlesticks. I don't know how you can argue with this. Column little 221. There you go, Matthew. You're saying for me. I mean, I've been trading over 4 years, man, and this past year was really when things took off in terms of how much money I was making. So it took a while. Luckily, I worked a decent job making some good money before I came to school, and I had a bunch saved up, so I was able to rely on some of that. Yeah, I love Bookmap too, man. What are you going to school for? I'm studying economics right now. Big orders up into the teens here at 25.010 up to 25.20.020. Yeah, I can show you. How many payouts should I get on a Lucid Flex before I consider buying and copy trading a second one? I would do it after the first one, man, to be completely honest with you. One win, one L for the day. Just gonna stay away from the chop. I don't blame you. Yeah, you get caught in one of these strong pullbacks here, man, and that is not going to be good. You introduced me to Bookmap now. It's probably my most valuable confluence. Joseph, I agree, man. I think that Bookmap is, I mean, I would feel naked trading without it. You get it from bookmap.com. You download the software. It's about $100 a month for the subscription plus the data. All in, it's about $100 a month, 110, something like that. You can use my code. My link and my code will get you 20% off. Also a great start for the month, noticing improvement in my mindset and my trading. Journaling helps tremendously, Kenny. That's great, dude. Do you do classes for Bookmap? I was doing like Saturday lives in the Discord. But really there's only so much I can do with it, man, because the way that I describe Bookmap is I can tell you the basics. I can tell you how to set it up. I can tell you the general concepts of how to use it, which I do on a daily basis here in the lives. But ultimately, to get good at using it and get confident in it, it's one of those deals that you have to use it more and more, where you're just, what I've done to get more efficient with it is literally spend hours that have accumulated into days and weeks of time just watching Bookmap and watching TradingView in conjunction with it. So I have two monitors. I have Bookmap on one, I have TradingView on the other, and I'm watching the way that they move. And that's the only way that you can really start to be effective. And no one can teach you that. It's something that you have to do on your own. And the analogy that I use, I'm sure plenty of people have heard me use this before in here, is like a video game. I can sit there and tell you the rules for Fortnite, or I can tell you the rules for CSGO or Valorant or whatever. You take your pick, whatever video game. And you can understand the rules and the concepts, but until you spend hours and hours and hours playing the game, you're not going to be good at it. The more you play it, the better you get, even if you, from the very beginning, know all the rules. There is a lifetime option, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there is. What's the best trade copier? Well, if you're using, if you're copy trading just on that firm, you can either use TradeC, which Lucid has, it's their platform, or you can use Tradeovate, and you can copy trade inside of Tradeovate. There's a grouping tool inside of Tradeovate. If you're copy trading across firms, I use a software or a platform called TradeSyncer. This is getting ready to push up into the teens here. I can feel it. Yeah, just took that order at 12. Strong push to the 20s now, maybe a pullback to 2,500 first. You don't buy it. You don't buy it. Are you using Tradeovate Lucid accounts? So if you're using Lucid Flex and TradingView, you have Tradeovate most likely. So you're go inside of Tradeovate. After you buy the account, you'll see or after you buy the second account, you'll see at the top where it says account and then it has the account name. You can hit that drop down menu and hit manage groups, and you can create a group and put both accounts into a group together. Now, the way you'll have to trade that is, let's say you want to trade one contract on each account, 1 mini per account. You'll have to put 2 into the contract thing at the top so that it can allocate 1 per account. That's the only thing I don't like doing. I don't like having to do the math, especially if you're using micros and let's say you're doing 7 micros or 6 micros, and then all of a sudden you're sitting there doing math, trying to take partials and all that. It gets a little complicated. But that's free to do it that way. Is the 50% Lucid deal still going on? I'm not sure. I think it is, but you're limited to only 2 accounts with Lucid for 50% off. You can get 2 for 50% off, and then you can get a maximum of 5 for 40% off, and then after that, it's 30% off. Yeah, you do. You have to execute it on TradeAvate if you're copy trading. But like you saw me do, that trade that I just took a few minutes ago, I executed on TradeAvate, and immediately it populated here on TradingView. This is NASDAQ futures. How long would you recommend sticking with my strat before trying to recommend something else like order flow? Kyle, that's up to you, man. I steer people away from strategy hopping. So I can't really answer that for you. I don't want to say a time or anything. You gotta just know if what you're doing is not working. And 9 times out of 10, man, it's not the strategy. Not to like, this isn't like a dig at you or anything. This is me too. If something's not working, it's typically me. It's not the strategy. It's me not following rules, or me being hesitant, or me being overly aggressive, or there's something going wrong with me versus the strategy. There's no way this just keeps ripping like this right now. Unbelievable rip. What's my bias? Man, we're pretty late into the session to be developing a bias. But I think we're going to keep pumping. It's called Bookmap. There you go, Joseph. Have a good one, man. Blew an account that made 1,100. My psyche has been so messed up ever since I got my first payout. That happens, man. You're only 6 months in. Yeah, just give it time, man. Don't strategy hop yet. How would user, if you had to guess, how would you say you read this if you just were like looking at it and trying to figure it out for the first time? That's a yes right there, Matthew. That's a good, yeah, that's a good start. Yeah, volume. So these areas that are very light colored, those are areas of liquidity. That's where orders are resting. Those are limit orders. You can kind of see on the right side of the chart, it tells you exactly how many orders are at those certain levels. So price is typically attracted to those levels. We have very little underneath us here. We do have orders underneath us on ES. So that could be pulling price down as NQ follows ES. So that could pull price back here, but ultimately what you would imagine the draw on liquidity is at this point is the orders up higher in this area. He gives no answers. Man, I don't think there's a trader out here that spends more time giving answers than me. Most tell you not to talk because it's a live trading floor. Yeah, that's how you determine a direction. I mean, Philip, that's how you kind of determine entries and exits. If you saw the trade that I took earlier, it was almost spot on in accordance with where the liquidity was. I waited for a pullback and then took the trade based on the liquidity. See that? That's how it works. You got to watch. Divine. That's a good question. So it depends on the day and the way price is moving, man. Typically, like a day like today, when you realize early in the session the way you can notice how price is moving when it hits those levels, that creates momentum as it did right here. So as soon as we hit that order is right there at 100. Look at this. We immediately shot up 20 points beyond that. So it's I keep on showing the book map. It's on my YouTube, man. It stays up on the YouTube at all times. Christian Trades Live on YouTube. You can subscribe there. I switch back and forth over here on the talk. Tell it Q to pull back. What is it? Is it silver? No, this is NASDAQ, man. This is NASDAQ. Hey, have a good one, Kyle. There you go, Zach. 600 P&L. Ref, do something. Dude, I love this PA, man. I honestly could have made so much more money today. I'm up $6,000 right now. I could have made a lot more money today, but I'm trying not to be greedy. I'm just looking for base hits. I'm looking not to take too many trades. I'm up $6,328 right now. Got in at 25.010. I have a runner left. Any tips on where you think it'll run to? There's big orders at 25.150, but it's kind of thin. It's a little thin from here on up, man. There's orders in the 40s and the 30s here, but it's pretty thin. So I'd probably be trailing my stop pretty aggressively. I think this still wants to go up, but as the way that Bookmap sits right now, they haven't injected more orders into the market here. So I would probably have my stops right at 25.125. That's where there's a shelf. And it's coming up on that right now. There's push right there into the 30s and 40s. I mean, leave the runner, man. There's not liquidity. I'm not seeing a ton of liquidity on the Bookmap, and it's pushing. Do what you want. Can I make the price levels a bit more clear? I can't really do anything about that, man. Trying to think of what I could possibly do that would help that. Let me think about that. I'll see what I can do, Eden. I'll see what I can do. BCS, take it easy, man. Kim Jong-un said he wants to get in on the war. Hey, I appreciate that second generation. Pizza Man, I appreciate you showing up. Hope you have a great day. There you go, Christopher. 1,500 on the day. What would I call my strat? I don't really know, man. I really don't know. I would say order flow, momentum, order flow combined with ICT. Appreciate that, Nick. Appreciate that. Getting a little out of hand over here. I'm trying to keep it as trimmed as possible, keeping it sharp on the cheeks, you know. Let's have this PA for the rest of the month, and there might just be a SVJ getting delivered. That'd be sick. Man, those things have skyrocketed in price, dude. You'd be hard-pressed to find one under $1 million right now that's in good shape. Even the ones that have tons of miles on them are going for $500,000. I saw one that had 90,000 miles going for like 500. Gives you the lumberjack look. Appreciate it, man. Do I take any peptides? No, I don't. What time is your trade? I took one just a little while ago. Can't remember. 70 was the target. Was that here? It's either that 70 or this 70. I think this 70 was the target. Up to here. Yeah, it was up to here. So that was at just after 10. After the news. And I took one this morning at like 7 a.m. 7:15 a.m. Camera looks extra focused. I monkeyed with the settings last night. So I appreciate you telling me that. I have a really nice setup and a really nice camera, and it didn't feel like the quality was as good as it could possibly be. Still trying to get it squared away. Do I have a course? No, monkey, I don't. I'm not a course seller, man. I don't do that. I do these lives to try to help you guys out. I make all my money from trading. I make a little bit from my affiliate codes now because more people have been using them. Still not a ton, but my income comes from trading. Wants 4K to show off the guns. Got to get the lighting right too, man. The vascularity. 90K miles is crazy. My 5-year-old daily driver has 65. Yeah. My car that I drive doesn't even have that. Has way less than that. What's the best way to learn your strategy? Probably being in here and watching me, man. There's another guy that trades very similar to how I'm trying to trade. His name is Rips. RIPS. He's got a platform. You can look up Clubhouse Marketplace. He's on every platform. Do you need the map? Yeah, book map is definitely key. If you're new to trading, I don't recommend jumping into it. I would say you need to kind of develop your skills on just this chart. Don't overcomplicate things. But eventually you definitely need to evolve into book map. Hard dump here. Order stacked all the way down to 25.080. Yeah, I would definitely recommend checking out Bookmap Monkey. Again, it's expensive. Especially, it'll be expensive for something that's going to take you a long time to get good at. So it'll be a while before you get a return on that investment. But once you start being effective with it, it pays for itself. I mean, think about it, dude. I made $6,000 today, and it costs $100 a month to have that service. It pays for itself. I trade futures, Aaron, and definitely don't recommend Forex. I started on Forex and got packed in pretty good, losing money on there for a while. Don't recommend it. Your opinion on swing trading? I think it's good. It's a completely different animal than day trading. Yeah, it's a lot more unpredictable, Aaron. It's been my experience. I feel like it's easier to get. It's easier to find success and consistency with NASDAQ and S&P futures, even YM. You know, I think that's not a bad instrument to trade. I don't like crazy. I don't need to sit here and hit crazy trades for thousands and thousands of dollars. I just want to make a consistent amount of money every day. Minimize my losses. What prop firms do I recommend? I use Tradeify, Take Profit Trader, Lucid Trading. I like the Apex updates that they've done, Apex Funded Trader, or Apex Trader Funding, whatever it is. And Alpha Futures. Those are all great firms. Can you guys hear the music? I'm not a fan of Top Step, Monkey. That's just some people say they're a great firm. I don't like being stuck. I don't like being stuck on their platform. I think with all the options that are out there now, I think there's better options. Well, if you're looking for payout speed, I can tell you there's not a faster payout in the business right now than Lucid. Lucid is within a minute. If you're in the United States, it's within like a minute. Been having a rough couple weeks. Talk to me, man. He's saying that because he's not sponsored by Top Step. No, I recommended the firms that I just listed long before I was affiliated with them, man. Anyone who's been in here long enough will testify to that. My affiliation doesn't dictate my. I don't affiliate with firms that I don't like or that I don't personally believe in. Which is why, as you notice, there are certain firms that I didn't name that are actually big in the space. And Top Step wasn't the only one, but has nothing to do with that, man. If you saw my money that I make from affiliates, it's nothing compared to what I make from trading. So I don't really give a shit about that. If I lost all my affiliates tomorrow, I wouldn't care. I only recommend firms that I believe in. Can't wait to start picking more payouts, move Miami, sell a course, and post videos. Yeah, Nick, that ain't me, man. That ain't gonna be me. I hope you get what you're looking for there, Nick. I think you'll find some emptiness with those. I know you're probably joking, but if you're serious, I think that you will find that that is a more empty existence than you might realize. What I can't wait to do is be able to live wherever I want in the world, have a farm, and about 15 kids running around with a bunch of animals, and a beautiful wife that I wake up to every single day. You can keep the Miami course selling OnlyFans girls. I'm good on all that. Buffalo Milk. What's up, man? Hey, I get it, dude. No need to apologize. Check the quick scalp. Got you. We're all going to watch it if that's okay. There you go. I'd say that's a pretty nice scalp. That's a solid trade, bro. I like it. Nice work. Hope you're doing all right besides trading, man. You want a football team? Yeah. Want an army, man. A pit crew, yeah. Any trades today? Yeah, we took several. Took one on stream, took a couple other ones, one pre-market. We're up 6,300 on the day. 63.2890 to be exact. Hey, you got to keep pushing though, man. It is hard. It is hard. You got to wake up, put one foot in front of the other, and keep going, do the right thing. Every day, man. I believe in you. Hey, Christian, been tuning into Rip streams and have fell in love with his style of trading. I think you could agree based off what you've been saying recently with your trading too. Hey, I love that, Jack. Yeah, I think his trading style is very efficient and replicable and sustainable. I think those are the words that I would use to describe it. So I'm glad you're finding some value out of it. God bless you too, man. Here's a big, yeah, you did miss a birthday. I'll read another one here, but I'll just show the book map real quick for those of you who might be in on this short. I'll let you guys look at that while I pull it back up. I like this one a lot. Another verse of the day, Joshua 1:9. Have not I commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be terrified. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. Amen. It was valid, OGK. That was most of the liquidity right there. I think it might create some more momentum. I mean, it's pushing down still. That big order would have been my TP right there at 0.50 if I was in on that trade. What is this you are showing right now? This is called Bookmap. This is a software that shows level 2 data. You hit, there you go, boom. Ronnie says, sup bro, need advice. I was more on fire for trading when I first started paper. It's gotten boring and I want to find that flame again because this is what I want to do. It should be boring, Ronnie. If it's gotten boring, that's good. That means that you're not doing crazy crap, keeping your adrenaline and your testosterone or your, what's it called? Cortisol levels, all of that, all those crazy chemicals. You're finding an even keel and your body wants that dopamine. And that's why it's boring, because you're not getting those dopamine hits, which you shouldn't be getting because you're not taking reckless trades, or theoretically you're not. This should be boring. You should have a plan that you're executing with consistency, and it does get boring because it gets repetitive. But that doesn't mean you're not seeing good results. So I'd say that you're in a good place if you feel bored. James 1:22, but ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceive your own selves. Ooh. James always spitting some fire, man. You need a what is that and a is that C-bum trading counter. I need like a recorded audio to explain Bookmap. I wish more traders use this, to be honest. Maybe I don't. I don't know. Maybe it would stop being as effective. Alpha decay, if you will, if that's even a thing. Some people swear it is. My question is, how does Christian keep up with all the chats going at once, man? ADD can be a really strong gift if you learn how to harness it. Yeah, Ronnie, I think you're in a good spot, man. You should still enjoy what you're doing, but it shouldn't be something that has your adrenaline flowing and your dopamine up through the roof. You should just be executing a plan, just like you would if you're cooking breakfast or doing any other routine activity. You are a jacked trader. Appreciate that, man. I'm working on it. I have 5, Zach. Now it probably wants to calm down for the day. Yeah, I'm about to hop off of here. I got some schoolwork I need to do. I got a big midterm tomorrow at 8 a.m., so I'm going to do some studying for that. But glad you guys are here. No, you're good, man. If you guys are green, don't give any of it back. Don't get greedy. Don't get crazy. Walk away. Stay green for the day. If you're red, don't make it worse. No need to turn just a slightly red day into blown accounts. So I love you guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for the gifts. Thanks for the follows. Drop a follow if you haven't already. Trying to get to 20,000. So I appreciate you guys. We'll be back. I will not be live tomorrow morning because I had that midterm. I'll be live again on Friday. So we'll be back Friday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time. So we'll see you then. God bless you guys. Have a good day.